Icarus laughed as he fell, for he knew that falling meant he had soared.
Okay. So, boom. Alright, bet. So I just pulled up to the gym. I'm about to hit my cardio. But before I hit my cardio, I just wanted to like take a second and talk. So I don't know if you've seen already, you know, I've made a few posts on Instagram and TikTok. Not necessarily, I guess more so my post on Instagram kind of explains like how this year has gone for me, but to be very honest and to be very transparent, it goes it goes a lot deeper than what I had written down. But you know, there's, of course, like when you're faced with, you know, hardships or any kind of problems, it's great to talk to somebody about it, because although they may not be able to provide you the solutions or the answers that you're looking for, just getting that opportunity to truly express how you feel, like how you really feel, and how certain things affect you, to just vocalize that and, you know, express yourself in that manner could be really helpful for you. So for me, I'm not really one to open up all that much. Like everything that I've spoke about or talked about, come on man, that's the same fucking thing. Anyways, you get the point. The things that I've discussed have all been really like surface level things. I keep all of the more in-depth stuff for, you know, my friends and like my family, the people that I feel most comfortable talking to. But one thing that I'm going to try this go around with content is I'm gonna try to take myself out of my comfort zone and just start doing random stuff, I guess. I don't know. Y'all know I've always like not given a fuck, really. But I don't know. Now it's like really starting to hit about me not giving a fuck. So I don't know. So today, I guess today's more so like a day in a life. Even though it's 1:36, I woke up hella late. I had a last night. I was up playing the game. I was playing Gran Turismo. I'll throw a clip of like one of my races that I've done. I've only been doing like the career mode so far. I did see that they have a sport mode where it's like online competition, and I'll probably get into that once I 100% complete Gran Turismo. I have this like process in my brain where like I don't ever want to, you know, get into like the competitive side of things until I 100% like understand the basics on my Tim Duncan shit. But yeah, for one, I miss making videos, to be honest. I love making these YouTube videos for you guys. Like I love talking to you guys. I love being able to, you know, give a perspective that, you know, that's not really common, or, you know, something that you haven't really heard much of. So I don't know, to be in a position to where, you know, I can give you guys my perspective on life and shit like that, and like how I see the world, that makes me really happy and makes me want to just keep doing this more. So yeah, that's all I have to say. So now I'm about to go hit this cardio. I would take y'all in there to like watch, I guess, but it's literally just me gonna be walking for like a good minute. So I'm gonna stop it right here, and then I'll catch up with y'all when I get back, and I guess I'll just take y'all through like one of my training days, because today I have an upper session tonight. So yeah, we'll just do like a day in the life, I guess. And maybe I'll show what I eat today too, because I haven't eaten anything. It's completely fasted. So let me stop yapping and go do this cardio, because it's now 1:43, and I don't want to have a long day. I mean, I'm gonna have a long day regardless, but I'd rather not it be a super long day. Sorry, I have the burps right now. All right, finished cardio, cranked out 45. Now we're about to slide to Wawa so I can grab a jug of water and a low-key want a Red Bull. yeah, one thing about me, I love Red Bulls and like energy drinks. I don't really like the run-of-the-mill energy drinks that just like, you know, 0 calories and just straight caffeine. Oh no, I've taken a liking to the energy drinks that have like carbs in them and everything. Even though they're probably like very shitty for me to drink. I don't know. I just really like for some reason. So we're gonna go water, Red Bull, and then go home. Yeah, we'll go home, cook up, and then yeah, I'll show you guys like my process when it comes to like making my videos and making edits as a whole. So let's head over to Wawa real quick. Alright, so now we're killing a beef meal. I'll show you guys something pretty cool, I guess. These are my men's physique trophies that I got when I was you know, in OCB competing in like 2022 to 2023. In that stint of everything, I had my very first show. I got 3rd and 4th, like 3rd in my class, 4th overall. And then damn, hold on, I gotta lock in. Okay, boom. And then also peep this. This is my favorite shirt right now. It's a Keith Haring shirt that I got in Toronto at a vintage store, and it's like, I don't know, I like the stress on it, and it's more like it's a smaller shirt, so I could potentially cut off like the bottom half and like make a pretty sick crop top out of it. But I don't know, or I could cut the sleeves off of it. But I have like this vision of an outfit for this shirt. I just gotta acquire all the pieces, and we're almost there. I just need the shoes, but I'm not gonna go into details about that because you'll just have to see it. But right now, slamming this beef meal. Yeah. I got too deep into the meal, and then I was like, oh fuck, I gotta record. So yeah. So here I am eating. This is for the day. Well, by all technicalities, this would be meal number 3, but I already had it in the fridge, and I didn't feel like making my eggs just yet, so I just heated this up. Sorry, I'm like fighting back the cough right now. But oh yeah, I did get my Red Bull. I got the small 12-ounce can. I used to get the tall boys, but like, you know, it gets to a point when you're consuming stuff and it's like, I don't know. You ever like get those thoughts where it's like, you know, maybe I probably shouldn't be consuming this much. That kind of hit me, because it got to a point where I realized like I was grabbing like a Red Bull or a Monster like every day. So, and I noticed it started to affect my sleep really bad. And I'd only drink one, but I'd have the one and the, oh shit, got the, I don't know what the fuck that was. You ever like catch a burp and it like you burp, but the air pressure is still like in your chest, so it's like another burp is on the way, but it's not. It's just, I don't know how to explain that. Maybe I'm just slow, but yeah, I'm gonna crank out the rest of this meal, and then I might go hop on the sim real quick. All right, so now we're in my room, and I just want to show you guys like my sim that I built, right? So let me explain. So firstly, I wanted to put the wheel on the desk, but there's, I don't know if you can see, but there's like this little damn, I can't think of the word right now, but basically the teeth that clamp down to that, since that little piece was right there, it wasn't able to clamp down. And to give a little bit more background, when my wheel and pedals came in and my shift knob came in, I did not expect myself to do any of this, like this whole setup. I thought I was just gonna put the wheel on the desk, hop in the car, right? Nah, that didn't work. So what did I do? I rolled up 3 blunts, faced them all, and then came inside, slammed some water, and I looked at my wheel and I told myself, I'm gonna race tonight. So basically what had happened was I got super fried and I got this idea. So boom, right? I took a TV tray, like a dinner TV tray, and I attached the wheel onto that, right? That was step 1. That was pretty easy to do, right? So then step 2 was getting the shift knob on, but there wasn't enough room on the dinner tray, so I took this piece right here. Is off of my dresser that broke off because I pulled the handle too hard, and then yeah, so it's just, yeah. So I attached it to the dinner tray by tying it down with some strings from sweatpants that I had that I don't wear anymore, and then I have t-shirts in between the dinner tray and the actual desk, so when I'm turning, like the whole like desk setup doesn't fucking just start moving crazy. So I have these t-shirts in there, and then everything under, like my pedals and everything, everything else is kind of just tied down by sweatband strings. And then on the back end of my desk I have more shirts to dampen the desk from the wall. So let's say like I hit a hard corner and I have to jerk the wheel really hard. If like by some chance the desk were to smack against the wall, those t-shirts on the back end are there to cushion it, so you know I'm not smacking the wall. But yeah, that's my setup that I made after getting really high. And yeah, ever watch Caleb City? That's a funny ass dude. I remember when he was on Vine, I don't know, I'd spam his videos, but that's besides the point. W guy, shout out to Caleb City for real. One of the funniest dudes on the internet. But basically, when I make YouTube videos, all I really do, I take all the clips and I just throw them all in the timeline, and I just scrub literally through all the clips, right? And I just go through all of these to make sure, like, I don't know, nobody said anything out of pocket, or nobody's being shown, I guess, like disrespectfully. I don't know how to word that. I just make sure everybody's good. I make sure everybody's, like, you know, shown properly, you know, all that type of stuff, just to make sure everything's clean and cool. But yeah, but when it comes to like my edits, a lot of times, like, I'll be watching this dude, because Caleb City, he's actually really good at making content. If you watch his videos, like the way he formats and edit his videos, they're just really entertaining, and I take a lot of inspiration from that, because I don't know, it's something about I don't know, it's something about certain creators on YouTube that I find a lot of connectability. Is that even a word? I don't know, but I don't know, I just feel more connected with certain creators. And then of course I watch a lot of F1 and, you know, just any kind of racing really.
on.
Fuck.
There we go.
That shit was ass. That shit was so ass. That was terrible. But that was my first time dumbbell pressing very seriously. So, I'm gonna cut myself some grace. I'm gonna give myself some grace. Cut myself some slack, whatever the fuck the saying is. I feel great. Everything feels great. Today was great. Everything's great. Just gotta focus on things that are great. No more focusing on things that aren't great. There's no point in putting energy in that. Focus on what's great. Holy shit. Fuck.
You want IG?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh, fuck.